All right, Melissa, as we look at all of this, we mentioned a few minutes ago that we're almost at 2 million confirmed cases of COVID-19 around the world. But even as we learn more about the virus, there are still a number of questions. For example, how much immunity do patients have after they recover from the virus? Could be one of the factors that is considered in putting people back to work. Toxicologist Chris Martenson rejoins the show to talk about that. We've seen these various studies coming out of places like South Korea. I know there was a lot written, I guess, last week about people having the virus maybe reactivated or being reinfected. I don't know if that's even possible with a virus, whereas we see other experts saying that in past coronavirus outbreaks, not this one, we don't have enough data, they have had a certain amount of immunity. So what are you comfortable saying about immunity, knowing what you know about this virus?
Well, Connell, look, we don't know a lot about this virus yet. We know a lot about other coronaviruses. We know that the standard 4 varieties that give us the common cold, we develop relatively poor immunity against those. That's why we get the cold every single year, it seems. So with this one, we have a little bit of data out of China, and it says that of 175 post-COVID patients they studied, 30% of them had either really low or undetectable levels of antibodies in them, raising the specter that for at least a third of the patients out there, they may not have any particular antibodies or immunity against this. So we don't know yet, but apparently some of the vaccine early trials have said that they've boosted, really gotten strong antibody responses out of the animal models they've worked in. So there's that to look forward to as well. But right now, it's looking a little dodgy, and it looks like secondary or second attack infections are a possibility.
When will we know enough to make a decision based on data? For example, these governors that met today, the Northeastern governors on that conference call, most of them, especially Governor Cuomo, have said, well, we have to do more testing, and once we have more data, we'll know whether it's safe to open up businesses and send people back to work. Part of that, I presume, is the antibody test, which would speak to whether someone had the virus, maybe didn't know about it. How long is it going to take for us to have enough research to know whether there really is immunity?
Testing. We're going to need a lot of testing. And here's the basic issue. If it turns out there's 2 scenarios here. One, maybe 1% of the population's actually had it, been exposed to it, mild cases, all of that. There's another theory out there that maybe a lot of people have already been exposed to it. We don't know which case is actually true. The antibody test would be the way that we would detect that, because the PCR test we all hear about to detect if you have COVID, that's detecting the live virus. The antibody test is saying you've seen the live virus, it's cleared out of your system, now you have the antibodies against it, and in theory, you're immune to it.